Hello everyone. Today we'll be seeing the fifth experiment, that is HTML with JavaScript. So the problem is like this: we need to create a web page as of this, which it contains string manipulation, grade calculation, pattern generation, weight conversion, and placing in order. So we'll go with the sample. So if I give some text, okay, of different lengths, okay, it can be a sentence, and if I click. And then I'll get the number of words, length of each word, the largest word and the smallest word. And then here, if I calculate my mark based on the mark, a particular grade would come. That is, if it is 90 plus, then O, then 85 to 90A, and so on. So if I give some 56, and I would say to calculate, I get the grade is P pass. So like that, it is possible. And then uh, it is pattern generator. That means if I give an index 6 and 4, so that it is the number of columns and number of rows. So when I click the create pattern, I'll get 6 by 4 matrix which contains images of random images. So these are the two images. We'll see to the code. And then we have uh, weight conversion, that is from pound to kilogram or kilogram to pound. So if I have 67 pound and I want to convert it to kilogram, what I would get is 30.39 kilograms. We know that 1 kilogram is equal to 2.8 some pounds. So, and then we have the pizza order, that is uh, we have uh, to select the size of the pizza and the amount, the number of amount of pizza that we are going to buy. Say if I'm going to buy 6, and here's the amount of tip that I would be giving. Say it as 10%, and if I place the order, I would get the details regarding what is the cost. Otherwise, that is 6 into 100, 600. The tax which comes, if it is 9% of tax, and then it would give me 54, and then the tip to be paid is 10% of 600, and that's 60, and the final amount is the sum of all these values, that is 714. So let's go on to the code and see how it works. So this is the combined code which contains JavaScript and HTML. So we can see that this is the head. In the body we have a script which contains several functions, and we'll start from where these functions are being called. So we have yeah, so here we go. Once one sec. Yeah, so here when the scripts end, we'll see that for string manipulation, the string we give that as a paragraph, and then we'll say to enter the string as an input tag of type text, and then on a click of button we call the function fun. So here the fun would go to the function fun, which is a JavaScript code, and then we would have uh, in fun we would take the string which is entered by the user through the get element by id, and id was tb, and we'll take it into a string str, and then we will try to split it into words. That is, whenever a space encounters, we will split it and keep it in an array called as word. And now it's a variable that contains that keeps the count of words. So actually the count of words is length of the array words. And then we will assign the first element, which is the first string in words, as the largest and the smallest. And we our first task was done, that is to find the length of the entire word. And next we have to find the length of each word. So here we have the total number of words, and now length of each word. So for that we run an loop from 0 to length of the words, that is the number of words, and we keep another array. We append the length of each word into its respective index. And then we need to find the largest and the smallest. For that, what we used is again a simple for loop which runs from 1 to n, and then we check if the ith word's length is greater than the length of the largest word which we have assigned. If so, we will change, make updation, and similarly for smallest also we will do the same, keeping the operator as lesser than. And then we will print all the results as get element by id to a tag called as to a paragraph tag result1, and through inner HTML we could write it, and then we will print all these number of words, length of words, largest word and the smallest word. And now the second one that we were going to see was to calculate the grade. So for that we take the input from the user as text, and then we take that through an id get element by id gc, we take it and store it in marks. So the logic is if it is greater than 95, the grade is O, greater than 90, then it is S, or if A greater than 80, A, 70, B, and so on. We will print that value. So this is pretty easy function. And then we have the function called as pattern. So for that, we'll see we have the number of rows. So here it is. We could see that these lines for pattern generation, it is a number of rows and number of columns. The type of input is numbers, so we could use a drop down to increment the count. And on a button click for create pattern, we'll call a function called as pattern. So in pattern, we will see what is there. There are two images stored in an array called as images, and we will pass the row and column value into variables r and c, and then as we see we would keep two for loops, that is a nested for loops, that is for the creation of the table or creation of a 2D row wise and column wise two loops. Then we have a math.round function which is to generate a random number for taking the places of each images, and then we will through that function we will assign particular images coming at random at various indexes. And then we also have the height and width, and we have set attribute as source as one of the image which comes in index, that is coming by a random. And then we will generate those and give a break after each row. So that is pattern generation. Now we will go on with how to convert from pounds to kilogram and kilograms to pound. For that, what we require is again an input tag, and then this time we'll take the tag number, and then we have an option, that is whether it is pound or kilogram. Similarly for final result also there should be one. And then on clicking a button we'll call a function called as convert. In convert we could see that we have taken the values from and to respectively, and then we will check through if condition, that is if initial was to pound and final was to kilogram, we need to convert from pound to kilogram. So the result would be the value which we got from the user times 0.4535. So that is the 0.4535 is the number of times 1 pound is equal to a kilogram. 1 kilogram is equal to a pound. So we will generate that value and then we will print it as using inner HTML. And similarly, if it is from kilogram to pound, we would multiply by 2.2046 and then return the result. Actually, we are printing the result, we are not returning into the function. So that is it. And then we have the last one, that is placing an order, which is of the form of a form, and thus we require a field set for displaying the heading, and then we will keep the size, and we'll keep a checkbox whether we are selecting it or not, and the value given is the price of the smallest, price of the biggest, say medium, and the largest. And when we keep a checkbox, we will get whether it is ticked or not, and then we have select the tip amount. So these are radio buttons. So the value is 10, 15, and 20, and on click, that is, we have a button. So for placing order, and on click it is called the function order. In order, we have taken these prices, price 1, price 2, price 3, from size 1, size 2, size 3. That is the price of smaller, medium, and larger, and the count will be taken in number 1, number 2, number 3. So the total amount is price 1 into number 1 plus price 2 into number 2, price 3 into number 3. So if we have ticked that, then we will get, or else it will be 0. So we'll calculate the tax. We said the tax is 9%, so 9 by 100 into the total price, and then we'll check whether tip is being checked or not using the query selector, and then we will assign the tip basically based on that. So it is, if it is 10%, 10 by 100 times the total, and the final bill will be the sum of total bill plus tax plus the tip amount how much you pay, and we will display that using the inner HTML get element by ID tag, and we will print that in respective IDs as T, TI, bill, etc. And this is the program, and it works successfully.